What if the biggest threat to premium SUVs in the UK isn't coming from Germany, Britain, or Japan? What if it's coming from a brand that still gets underestimated while building something that looks this expensive? Because the 2026 JAECOO J9 Ultimate G doesn't just enter the premium SUV conversation, it walks in like it already owns the room. Welcome back to Accent Auto Channel, your destination for bold automotive breakdowns, premium SUV analysis, and the latest new car reveals shaking up the market. And today, this JAECOO J9 Ultimate G might be one of the most uncomfortable new arrivals for the old guard. First, let's talk about the design. This thing looks properly expensive. From the front, the grille is doing most of the intimidation work. It's massive, upright, deeply sculpted, and finished in that gloss black premium treatment that instantly gives the car a strong VIP presence. Now look at the headlamps. Those slim multi-element LED units give the whole front end a much more technical identity. They're sharp, premium, and very modern without becoming messy. There's a proper layered lighting graphic here too, with that crisp upper signature and those vertical light elements lower down the outer edges. That gives the front a taller, more planted visual stance. Then you get to the bumper. And again, this is where the design gets aggressive in the right way. The lower bumper has strong geometric surfacing, deep gloss black detailing, wide lower intake treatment, and aero-style corner elements that make the car feel lower, wider, and more planted. From the side, the J9 Ultimate G carries itself like a proper large luxury SUV. Long body, tall glass house, clean shoulder line, strong lower door sculpting. This is a very important point because premium SUVs only work when proportions are right. And here they are. The body looks long and substantial, but not awkward. The roofline stays confident and upright, which helps preserve that commanding road presence. Then you notice the two-tone execution. That contrasting white roof gives it a much more upscale visual identity. It adds that luxury flagship energy, almost yacht-inspired in the way it separates the upper and lower body. At the rear, the J9 stays clean and confident. The tail lamps have that crisp horizontal LED layout with a sharp red signature that feels modern and premium. The rear end is wide, square, and very composed. No unnecessary chaos. That's the beauty of it. Because real premium design often isn't about adding more, it's about getting the stance right. You've got a clean tailgate surface, strong shoulder width, a planted bumper design, and neatly integrated lower exhaust finishers that give it a subtle performance edge. Even the rear bumper treatment looks upscale, with gloss black lower trim, metallic accents, and enough visual width to make the car feel more expensive than people might expect from the badge. And that is exactly the problem this SUV creates for the old names. Because if it looks this premium from every angle, buyers start asking dangerous questions. Step inside, and this is where the J9 Ultimate G starts making legacy brands nervous. Because this cabin does not look good for the money. It looks premium. Full stop. From the front seats, the layout immediately gives you that upscale lounge effect. You've got quilted leather upholstery, broad supportive seats, soft touch upper surfaces, layered wood-style trim, metallic detailing, and ambient lighting running beautifully across the dashboard and doors. That green ambient strip especially gives the interior a very modern executive feel. The dashboard is also one of the strongest visual points here. That wide digital display setup stretches across the front in a way that makes the interior feel more flagship than mainstream. It instantly lifts the cabin atmosphere. You've got a proper digital driver display, a wide infotainment section, and a dashboard layout that feels horizontal, calm, and expensive. The steering wheel looks clean and modern too. Thick rim, metallic detailing, integrated controls, and a proper premium shape rather than some cheap plastic-looking design. The center console continues that high-end vibe. Crystal-style gear selector, rotary controls, cup holders, drive mode functions, and a clean layered console architecture that feels intentionally premium. Then look at the details. Door panels with quilted trim, memory seat controls, metal look speaker treatment, soft armrests, deep materials, consistent ambient lighting flow. These little things matter. Even the panoramic roof helps lift the experience massively. It brings light into the cabin, adds a sense of openness, and makes the whole interior feel more airy and more premium. In the back, the J9 Ultimate G still feels like a proper luxury SUV. the rear seats are wide, heavily padded, and trimmed to match the front. There's good shoulder room, a premium center armrest, and enough visual quality in the materials to stop rear passengers feeling like they got the cheaper half of the cabin. This looks like a cabin built for families, executives, and long-distance comfort, not just for a quick showroom impression. Now, let's talk performance. Based on the positioning of the J9 Ultimate G, this kind of SUV needs to deliver strong low-end torque, effortless motorway pace, and enough refinement to justify the premium image. And that's where power and torque matter more than headline speed. In this class, buyers care less about chasing sports car numbers, and more about how the SUV moves when fully loaded, when overtaking, and when cruising at speed. Against mainstream rivals, the J9 needs to feel stronger, smoother, and more relaxed. Against premium rivals, it needs to offer enough shove to stop people feeling like they're sacrificing substance for styling. That means healthy torque delivery is critical, because torque is what makes a big SUV feel expensive on the move. It's what gives you that effortless surge. It's what makes motorway overtakes feel easy. It's what makes a large SUV feel composed instead of strained. On the road, this is the kind of SUV that should feel built for comfort first. And honestly, that suits the design perfectly. Because the J9 Ultimate G doesn't look like it wants to be a nervous, over-firm, sporty SUV. It looks like something that should glide. Wide stance, big body, tall seating position, large wheelbase. All of that suggests confident motorway cruising, good cabin isolation, and a relaxed premium driving character. This is where SUVs like this can become very appealing in the UK market. Because not everyone needs hardcore rock crawling capability. But a lot of buyers do want confidence. Wet roads, country lanes, uneven surfaces, mud, gravel, winter conditions. And visually, the J9 Ultimate G absolutely looks like it belongs in that world too. It has enough toughness in the stance, wheel design, body surfacing, and ride height to feel more capable than the average soft-road SUV. Now, let's talk about the price. And this is where things could get very uncomfortable for the big brands. Because if JAECOO positions the J9 Ultimate G aggressively in the UK while offering this kind of exterior presence, this much cabin theater, and a strong equipment list, then badge loyalty starts getting tested very quickly. Buyers will forgive a newer badge if the product looks premium enough, feels premium enough, and saves them serious money. Then after sales becomes the next big question, because premium buyers don't just buy the car, they buy confidence. Warranty, servicing support, dealer experience, parts availability, all of that matters massively. If JAECOO gets that right, the value story becomes extremely dangerous. So, is the 2026 JAECOO J9 Ultimate G truly the most premium SUV ever made? That might be a bold claim. But one thing is clear, this SUV looks far too expensive, far too complete, and far too confident to be ignored. And if the UK market gets the pricing right, a lot of established brands could suddenly find themselves in a very awkward conversation. Because premium only works for as long as people believe only the old names can deliver it. And the J9 Ultimate G? It looks ready to challenge that belief.